Hey friends, RwC Paul here. It's Friday night, so I'm doing what any single fella does on a Friday night, and that is I am going to work on some Kickstarter stuff. I have a couple paintings that I have to do. I don't have to do it, but it would help. So you get to watch me do this one. And, you know, anybody who's a watercolor enthusiast will probably think, well, he's doing it wrong. That's perfectly fine with me. But if you've seen my more abstract watercolors, I don't know, where I just kind of belt out some paint on paper, then you're probably familiar. This is one I planned out, so I drew in advance. Will it be any good? I don't know. This paper is going to be covered in a lot of water, though. That's for sure. So, anyway, I get some good feedback on the watercolors, frankly. I love that people like them. I think it's just because it's in color, so it looks slightly more dynamic. You know what I mean? Like, it looks, as with most color doodles, you know, it's a little easier a little more eye-catching. I guess is one way to put it. Dynamic is the proper way to put it. But anyway, considering how sloppy I am, I will take all the credit I can. I will take all the compliments I can. Alright? So keep the compliments coming so that I can wake up and look at myself in the mirror tomorrow and say, I'm an artist. Alright? Alright. Okay. So I'm grateful that people like it. Let's see if this works. What am I going for? I don't know. Let's see if it works. Applying to do some shows in Chicago. Thinking about doing TFCon in LA. We'll see how that goes. Erase that yellow that just popped up. It's very sloppy. Alright. Hopefully it doesn't look totally sloppy. That's the fan in the background, if you can hear that. Slight error right there. And I should probably stop using this brush. So, look at that. Perfect. Erased. Okay, so let's see if this works. I'm gonna soak that guy. Get a different brush, and I think anyone will suddenly recognize what I'm doing right about now. You see what I'm going for, maybe? You don't need a lot of paint to do watercolor because it's watercolor. Just have to have some semblance of control, which I don't have. So I have paint, I have water. I'm about 2/3 there. I guess having an imagination might help for something. Alright, what I gotta do next is create a mixture color here. But you can't see that I'm doing it. Like a bronze steel. If you're aware of what I'm doing here. Just trying to change it up. There you go. You can do these, like I said, pretty quickly. If you plan it out, I mean, the canvas is smaller. Just describing my laziness with doing this. Like this is perfect because I get to be uber lazy. So that's good. You know, like, oh, let's go splort, and it's covered in paint. Look at that. That's called art. And some tutorials I've seen, because I had to watch tutorials, show people, you know, putting water on it first, and then putting paint on it. I mix the water and the paint, which is better. Don't know just yet. But anyway, I'm super tired. I had a job interview today, and I didn't go for it. I got home and I was zonked out and woke up and I was just not the same person. Alright. See if this works. This is me trying to add detail to this guy. For the people who are going to get this and be like, oh, is that what he was doing? And then like, oh wait, he spent 5 seconds on one detail, therefore he tried. He is a remarkable artist and I shall give him more money. And that's what I'm going for. I'm going for some sort of scam, apparently. A kid. Okay. And there you go. I've just painted majority of what I planned to paint. So, I have a couple things I'm going to add to it. When I do these, I don't draw on the robots, and so when I offered to do these for people, I made sure to mention that I don't draw on the robots. I'm going to use one of my broken pens to give it kind of a rougher texture so that if it does break as I'm drawing it, they'll be like, oh, that's the ground, and that's perfectly fine. It's kind of hard to do one continuous thing. I'm afraid of smudging the actual paint part that I did. See, like that. That's what I was going for. I was absolutely going for that. That was on purpose. All right. And really what the broken pen is for is that it'll help with this part, which is supposed to be based on let's see if I get it right. The texture of the video game, like the, you know, like, what do you call them? It'll help break it up so it's not monotonous, even though that's the exact point of the tiles, that is. It looks so clean. And we'll see if they like it. So, it won't be perfect. I actually did draw these parts out first. And the lines are actually coming out pretty smooth, which was not what I was hoping for with this pen. So shame on this pen for not feeling where it's supposed to. Am I right? Am I right? Yikes. Come on already, pen. You I can make up my own things. I'm actually doing two for this couple that donated to the Kickstarter because they gave me a little extra, and also I'm really late with it. I'm really late with it because I didn't want to mess it up. And that's actually, when I was answering those 30 questions, what takes you the longest? Well, drawing for me is pretty easy. Drawing for other people, if they, kind of give me vague instructions, which they're welcome to, for what they prefer, it's kind of hard because I want to, I have to remember that they're commissioning me for something in my style, and they're not asking for the Mona Lisa, which, by the way, is famous because it's stolen, or it was stolen by someone. I mean, it's by a famous painter, obviously, but it was not the most popular painting at the time. Anyway, we're almost there. Oh, there we go. That's what I was going for. Perfect. Don't mind shaking it up a little bit. I do mind making it look consistent. And it's not consistent, but at the same time, that's perfectly fine. All right. You stick with me this long. I'm going to put a couple cracks in here. Alright, so obviously, I think you know what's going on now. I hate using my good pens for stuff like this, but I shall draw this guy first. A little broken. So the couple gave me a couple ideas, and so I figured I'm going to give them kind of a 1-2 punch. And they were also very supportive. They worked on a compilation book, on a book that my late friend Ed had written, and I'm not sure what more to say about that at the moment. I don't know what the exact status is, but anyway. The other shoe, I'll probably just do that in gray. Alright, those are little pain buttons. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the broken pen, and I'm going to just slightly put a dent in the box. All right. And since the pen is broken, I'm just going to keep using it because I don't want to take my good pen and get gonna shove the good ink or put the Alright, there you go. So that is what it's like to be a robot in my world. my awful, awful world where I live. Let's see, take a silver. Do I paint them in? What do you think? Well, I'll tell you what. Just to kind of give you people an idea of what we're looking at. I think it doesn't hurt. I usually leave them in black and white, but it doesn't really hurt to, you know, again, get in there. Help differentiate what's going on. So I'll just use the silver to kind of do that. I use the dark gray for this plunger. And I'll use it for his hand as well. Use the light gray, find it, for everything else. Alright, so hopefully that's not too much. Hopefully you and our friends, the Kickstarter backer, understand what's going on here. Blah 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 bitty blah. And I'm going to use the dark brown once more for his boots, just very lightly. Actually, he has a crumpled up hat over here that you can't see. So I'm just gonna all right. And there you go. So there you go. That's my thing. That is that. I'm going to leave it. It's 23 minutes, so I'm just going to stop right here and maybe I'll do another one. It's a separate video. Thanks for tuning in.